county and the insurance company gave me 30 days to completely empty out this barn.
I know you're stressed, Evelyn, but we're going to save this Corvette and protect your home today.
The tremor in Evelyn Brooks' hand as she gestured toward the shadows of her dilapidated barn revealed a quiet desperation that no 4-year-old widow should ever have to face alone. If a faceless combination of local government bureaucracy and corporate insurance inspectors threatened to strip away the property you've called home for decades, would you have the strength to fight back for a memory? Evelyn, a retired high school literature teacher who spent her entire career evaluating classic poetry and helping young minds find meaning in stories, is now trapped in a harsh legal reality of her own. Her solitary life, supported only by a fixed and minimal Social Security income, shattered by a sudden property inspection notice. The county code enforcement and her homeowner's insurance inspector jointly condemned her deteriorating barn, labeling the structure a severe risk and the long-forgotten 1986 Chevrolet Corvette C4 inside as an illegal, non-operational fire hazard. They issued a strict 30-day ultimatum to clear out the materials and resolve the vehicle's status, leaving Evelyn paralyzed by the terrifying prospect of mounting county violation, fines, or a total policy cancellation that would leave her home completely unprotected. Compounding her panic was the complete uncertainty surrounding the Corvette's expired title and registration, as she had no idea if the legal paperwork had ever been properly transferred to her name after her husband's passing. As we began the physical task of clearing away the rotting timber and forgotten clutter, the sharp, futuristic lines of the 1986 sports car began to cut through the darkness. Pulling open chapters of a love story that Evelyn had kept locked away since the day her husband died, she smiled through her tears as she described the afternoon he brought the Corvette home following his very first day of retirement, proudly declaring that for the first time in their working lives, they could drive anywhere they wanted without ever looking at a clock. The car became their sanctuary. Evelyn fondly recalled their autumn highway tradition, when they would cruise down winding country roads surrounded by golden falling leaves, her lap occupied by a hot thermos of coffee and a thick classic novel. Her voice dropped to a reverent whisper as she recounted the emotional night he was discharged from the hospital after a grueling cardiac treatment. And despite his weakness, he insisted on driving the Corvette home at a snail's pace, just to hear the steady mechanical pulse of the machine he loved most. The car had remained completely undisturbed since the day of his funeral, because the booming exhaust note was so deeply woven into the fabric of their marriage that Evelyn couldn't bear the emotional weight of hearing it echo through an empty driveway. We treated the cleaning process with the absolute reverence of a rare book restoration, carefully lifting decades of barn grime to expose the deep luster of the fiberglass body and conditioning the parched interior until the cabin smelled of rich vintage history. When I finally sorted out the electrical issues and the starter engaged, oh, the sharp raw rumble of the American V8 filled the barn, instantly melting away the cold threats of the inspectors. The county see a code violation on a spreadsheet, but I see a beautiful life that deserves to be defended. Should a corporation have the right to force a widow to wipe away her history, just to clear a risk profile?